Hey guys, so today we are going to work on two different skills, and once I make the screen big, I will tell you about it. All right, so if you look on the side, we are going to talk about distributing. There's this property called the distributive property. And on the flip side, we're going to learn about factoring, which is going to mean you need to know your math facts. All right, so let's talk about the distributive property. Pretend for a second that Miss Pickhock is bringing a bunch of boxes of cookies to school, and I want to distribute them. Well, if you want to distribute them, it means pass them out to everybody in the class. So that's what we do with the distributive property. You have a number on the outside, and we know side by side means multiply. But we have the number stuck next to parentheses. So really, you have to multiply it by everything inside the parentheses. Remember, you're passing it out to everybody. So 2 times r we would show as 2r because side by side means multiply. 2 times 3 is going to give you 6. You're going to keep the symbol in the middle, and you get 2r plus 6. And that, my friends, is the distributive property. So let's try it again. You have a 6 on the outside, smack dab next to the parentheses. So I am going to pass it out to everybody inside. And side by side is multiply. So 6 times 4 is 24. So I'm going to put 24 and keep that S. 6 times 1 is 6. On the inside, we have subtraction. So these are two ways to write the exact same expression. One of them has a number outside of a set of parentheses. The other one has been simplified, which means you're removing the parentheses. The last one, I'm going to distribute. I am going to pass the 3 out to everything inside. 3 times m becomes 3m. Side by side means multiply. 3 times 3 becomes 9. Keep the plus in the middle. So that's the distributive property. We use the distributive property to write equivalent expressions. This expression is the same as this expression. They're just written different ways. That's our first skill. Now, the next skill deals with factoring, and it's where we're going to go the opposite way. When you look at this problem, you don't see any parentheses. So my job is to rewrite it using parentheses. So I need to think, what can I take out of the 3 and 9? You're thinking of the greatest common factor. What's the biggest number I can divide 3 and 9 by? It turns out it's 3. So now work backwards. 3 times what is going to give me 3y? Well, just a y, because remember, side by side will make multiply. So 3 times y gives me 3y. 3 times what is going to give me 9? 3. Keep your symbol in the middle. So I took an already simplified expression and I factored out a 3. Now, when you do these, you need to always check yourself. 3 times y gives me 3y. 3 times 3 gives me 9. A minus in the middle, a minus in the middle. Make sure that it actually works. So let's try another one. I want to rewrite it using parentheses. You have to think of what is the biggest number I can divide 8 and 2 by. Well, the biggest number I can divide 8 and 2 by is going to be a 2. And this should really just be a minus, not divide. Miss Pitcock made a typo. Okay, so I can take a 2 out of both of these. So 2 times what is going to give me 8? 2 times 4. Keep your letter. Keep your minus. 2 times what is going to give me 2? 2 times 1 is going to give me 2. Make sure my T looks like a T. Let's go back and double check. 2 times 4 gives me 8 with the T. 2 times 1 gives me a 2. Subtraction in the middle, subtraction in the middle. All of these should have a plus or a minus in the middle. Okay, they're all plus and minus. Otherwise, you could have actually simplified it. So let's go to the last one. I want to rewrite this using parentheses, so I'm going to do it over here. What is the biggest number that you can divide 5 and 15 by? Well, 5 goes into both of those. 5 times what is going to give me 5w? Just a w, because side by side is multiply. 5 times what is going to give me 15? 3. It's a subtraction, do a subtraction. Let's double check to make sure we didn't make a mistake. 5 times W gives me 5W. 5 times 3 gives me 15. Minus in the middle, minus in the middle. So what we just did is we factored out the greatest common factor to write an equivalent expression. Now, another things that we're going to be able to figure out are two expressions equivalent? And can you justify, can you explain if they're equivalent by using substitution? We will do that via whiteboard.